I'd like to begin the 35th graduation ceremony for Crossroads College Preparatory School by introducing Zach Boyers, the chair of our Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon. My name is Zach Boyers, and I have the great honor of serving the Crossroads community as chair of Board of Trustees. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the parents, families, and friends of the graduates, the Board of Trustees, administration, faculty, and staff of Crossroads College Preparatory School, and most importantly today, to the members of the class of 2017 themselves. Last year, my son, and 3 years ago, my daughter, graduated from this school, so I know just how special a day this is for everyone up here and for all of you in the audience. Very, very special indeed. Crossroads was founded more than 40 years ago with a vision of a unique educational community in the city of St. Louis, an environment that would not only respect but embrace every individual, and while doing so, ensure that each would weave together, with every voice contributing to make a small but deeply important place in our region. Today, as important as it has ever been, our school is a beacon to many, a model of what's possible. It does something rare in the manner in which human connections, a network of mutuality, a sense of belonging, and a shared purpose, in fact, find a way to thrive. Everyone who is part of this community has surely seen the quiet, understated magic as I have. The spirit that you, the class of 2017, have kept and cultivated here at Crossroads becomes a lasting part of who we all are. The plays you've put on, the chess tournaments, the games, the art in the hallways, the music you've made, the growing you've shared with one another and with us, that belongs to you, but they become today a part of our shared Crossroads history. You've shared so much of your true selves with us, and I want to thank you. As trustees, we're inspired by the way all of you honor and care for that special Crossroads version of community. We're inspired to preserve what you have helped to build and to do and create, while also being inspired to reach and grow, to imagine a Crossroads for the next century, one that will change with time, but will always be true to you, our graduates, and the founding principles here. With my final few words here today, I ask you to consider the following. Now that you know how these special things happen, how this magic gets made, by giving time and space and respect to others so that you can see and hear and engage with them, by being in service to one another and in service to big, meaningful, important ideas and aspirations, by understanding deeply that what affects any one of us affects us all. You are uniquely equipped to spread this knowledge, these ideals, as you've done such a wonderful job of stewarding them for our community. So, take what you've learned here, continue to practice it, and spread it everywhere you go. And then be sure to come back to share what you've learned, seen, and done. You will always be welcome here. When you first came to Crossroads, I'm sure this day seemed impossibly far away, and now here you are, our graduating class, the class of 2017. Thank you for all you've done, and congratulations.
So good afternoon again. I wrote this speech. I'm going to try very hard to stay on it, mostly for the sake of time. But Ms. G, who's our guidance counselor who organizes this for us, warned the graduates that when I shake their hand, I will try to talk to them. Like I will try to say something to them. And there's 40 of them to do this with. And so, perhaps in the instance of time, being a person of more than a few words, I'm going to share with you what I might have shared with them in the moment I'm shaking their hands with their diploma. I think a lot about how different and better Crossroads is because of our relationship with all of our students. I believe that we are different and better for knowing, teaching, and learning with each of them. And I am confident that the class of 2017's college and university communities, their friends and developing professional networks, and the cities, towns, and families they choose and join will also be different and better for being in relationship with them. It's not just that we are graduating a class of smart individuals. We are graduating a class of smart individuals who understand how to use their thinking, their creativity, and their learning for good. Our students are smart and good. And I assert that you can look to the class of 2017 for examples of this. I have a distinct honor at Crossroads among many as the head of school. But one is that I get to teach a class. And I've said this a lot, and maybe people who hear me say it a lot might be tired of me saying this, but it is such a source of pride and joy that I have taught just over half of this graduating class. So, when I think about us being smart and better, I think that we are made different, when I think about us being smart and good, and when I think about how we are different and better, I think about how we are made those things by the curiosity, intelligence, and community-mindedness of Faith Blank, by the humility, excellent mind, and focus of Rachel Braver, by the confidence, pragmatism, and I know this because I taught him, appreciation for puns of Carter Breckenridge, by the kindness, gentleness, and thoughtful nature of Levon Carradine, and by the participation, willingness to do, and good spirit of Annie Chappell. We are made different and better by the persistence and self-advocacy of Evan Chen, by the perseverance, adaptability, and strong personality of Sarah Clark, by the responsibility, loyalty, and steadiness of Claire Corliss, by the kindness, commitment, and constancy of Chip Daniel, and by the quiet and introversion of David Dong. We're made different and better by the friendly good nature and easiness of Homer Dula, by the gentleness and tranquility of Amaris Evans, by the creativity and gentle and generous nature of Abby Feinstein, by the style and the ability to execute a vision of Emily Feng, by the leadership, wisdom, and observations of Zoe Fleischer, and by the precision, focus, and intelligence of Maggie Fox. We are made different and better by the keen mind, courage, and observant nature of Grace Gerby, by the creativity, athleticism, and ability to make connections of Milton Green, by the gentle, sweet, and sincere spirit of Hope Gregory, by the sensitive, observant, and grace of Elena Grimm, and by the energy, self-advocacy, and strong spirit of Zaria Harvey. We are made different and better by the talent, sense of irony, and honesty of Jay Hughes, by the generosity and loyalty of Rachel John, by the energy, activism, and appreciation for difference of Colin Mack, by the effort and goal orientation of Callista Martin, and by the strong personality, self-advocacy, and style of Camilla Moore Peoples. We are made different and better by the sweet and fun-loving nature of Molly O'Sullivan, by the strength and determination of Michaela Parker Knighton, by the voice, the poetry, and the message of Elise Price, by the sense of irony, pragmatism, and quiet sensitivity of Jack Rainey, and by the kindness, curiosity, and trusting nature of Latrice Robinson. We are made different and better by the sense of justice, pragmatism, and irony of Victor Ruiz, by the adaptability, willingness to try, and joy of Andrea Strobick, by the intensity, perseverance, and strength of Adana Smith, by the talent, artistry, and style of Violet Stopp, by the effort, friendliness, and constancy of Kieran Olmansik, and by the bright and sociable nature of Moon Ying Wong. We are made different and better by the intelligent, well-networked mind and newfound sense of style of Jeremy West, by the kindness, centeredness, and insightful thinking of Kefele Wimbley, and by the flexible, pioneering, and self-assured nature of Maya Zuckerman. And it is not just that we are better at Crossroads. It is also that I feel that I am both different and better as a person and as a professional for having spent the last 3 years with these 40 students. Wherever they land, they will still be part of our network, and I can only imagine a better world because of this. I want to thank the Crossroads community for its support of this graduating class and for the effort and dedication of the faculty and staff who have supported them while they have been here. I want to thank and congratulate the parents, family members, and friends who are here to honor this class today, and I want to thank and congratulate the class of 2017 that has once again demonstrated that you can go anywhere from here. So before we have an opportunity to listen to some reflections from the class of 2017, we're going to have a music selection by Olivia Smith.
Find her, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out. Mountains, and I'll rise like the day, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. Silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Ooh, ooh, mountains, bring it to its feet. Ooh, mountains. I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, but that we have each other. But that we have each other. Hey, we'll rise, we'll rise, we'll rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, I'll rise up today, I'll rise up. In spite of the age, I will rise 1,000 times again. We'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. For you, for you,
Hello everyone. Welcome to Crossroads College Preparatory School's graduation 2017. My name is Emily Feng. I will be the first four-year Chinese student graduating from Crossroads Cambridge program. I came to America by myself when I was 15 years old, and I can still clearly remember the feeling when I went to my first class. I was excited, but also scared. I knew some stories were going to happen in St. Louis, but I didn't know anybody at that time. Crossroads provide all kinds of activities for different types of students. I joined the school theater during my freshman and sophomore year. The theater program familiarized me with this community, and I became more comfortable being around with my lovely Crossroads friends. I would like to take a moment to thank those who have helped me along the way. Being so far away from home, I had homesickness, but I never felt lonely for even one day in the school. Thanks to my host family, Narcy and Glenn. You guys have helped me for giving me a warmth of a home and being so patient with me. I'm so lucky to have me tour guides. Crossroads teachers are more than teachers who teach me. They helped me through the time when my English was not good enough to clearly understand class content and comfortably write a good paper. They didn't only respond to my academic questions, but also patiently listened to my struggles dealing with my unfamiliar environment as a teenage girl. I met a person from Brazil on the flight from New York to St. Louis. He's a businessman. He asked me, "What do you like the most about America?" I said, "Here, people from different countries with different cultural backgrounds. We communicate with each other, learn from others, and become friends with people from anywhere in the world. In this country, I can always learn something that I don't know." Then he asked me, "Do you feel those cultures ever change you?" I said, "No. All the things I learned, all the people I have met are filling my soul. I never changed, but I have become a better person." My dear classmates, my wish is that when you go off to college and meet different people with stories that are different from yours, that you will embrace their stories, but that you will always stay true to yourself. I came to Crossroads with a dream, and that dream is so much closer because of all the things I have learned and all the people I have met from Crossroads. My dream is to run my own gallery. Crossroads is the first door to fulfilling this dream. When my dream has been fulfilled, I will use my power to connect my culture with America. From here, right here at Crossroads College Preparatory School, I'm ready to meet this wonderful world with the wonderful me. I love you, Crossroads. Thank you. We will now hear from my classmate, Kafele Wingwing.
Hey everyone, I'm Kafele. There is no passion to be found playing small, and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Nelson Mandela. This is a mindset I believe each member of Class of 2017 is capable of keeping on their journey through life. I came to Crossroads my freshman year, and I came from a middle school where I was the oldest and first graduate. And somehow, my younger self thought I had high school all figured out when it came to social groups. Or to be more accurate, I thought it would be just like TV. I expected to see athletes solely hanging out with other athletes, even musicians only hanging out with other musicians, and so on as the list of high school stereotypes continue. But Crossroads College Prep, and especially the class of 2017, has proven me wrong in a positive way. Our class may have distinct friend groups, but I would have never imagined being able to talk to and to witness such diverse people, be it in culture, personality, and general goals in life, getting along so well, similar to a family. And just like a family, Spending time with each other can feel very long or very short, and our class is no exception. To me, it feels like our freshman year camping trip was at most a year ago, but in reality, it's of course been 4 years. And the only way for me to grasp the amount of time that has passed, and this may seem silly, is to look at our freshman yearbook pictures that I'm sure we all enjoy. And I compare my memories of everyone from back then to how everyone is now. I didn't believe the people freshman year saying, high school is going to pass quickly. I thought there's no way the 4 years are going to go by fast with these people, especially when lone block geometry with Jerry on G Block felt like an eternity. But I was proven wrong again. But this time, by the remarkable amount of growth that everyone has achieved. It seems unreal. My advice for everyone on their next path in life is to always go into an environment with an open mind, even if time appears to be moving slow or fast, because you may miss something significant otherwise. And with that, I feel no hesitation to say that everyone in class of 2017 will do something that we all can be proud to say, I went to high school with that person. I thank my classmates and faculty members for the opportunity to have made plenty of memories and learned life lessons that I would cherish. And I hope to see you all in the future and greet you with a smile. Thank you. You will now hear from my fellow classmate, Latrice Robinson.
Class of 2017, we have finally made it to this blessed day. We have waited, cried, fought, pleaded, and just about everything in between for this day to come. I would like to congratulate all of my fellow classmates for this esteemed accomplishment. This day is one that we will remember forever, like college graduations, first jobs in our professions, promotions, making our first $1 million, wedding days, and the births of our children. While I could simply reminisce about the unforgettable moments experienced here, like Todd's repeated requests for no phones during school and silence during announcements, Howard's glycolysis anthem, Jason coming as a new breath of fresh air to the administration, or the etiquette project from freshman seminar with Ms. G and Bob. I would also like to use the next 3 minutes or so to encourage you, my fellow classmates, for our futures as they draw near. We will leave an imprint behind in Crossroads, whether it was through your activism, athleticism, artistic expression, technological ingenuity, or simply your presence. So as the future leaders of the world, I would like to encourage you to do 3 things in life. The first is to learn from your mistakes, for we will make them. Mistakes, faults, and flaws are inevitable, but change, growth, and progress are always possible. Many of us have seen the inspiring words of Dennis P. Kimbrough on Sarah P. W.'s door. He said that life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. I believe this outlook applies to the mistakes we make, whether the mistake is as simple as making a wrong turn or as big as missing your mother's phone call. Your response to the situation is more important than the issue at hand. One of the biggest mistakes freshman year made by many of us was not reading the textbook in Shadi's World Civilizations class, as it showed on the grades of those spontaneous pop quizzes. As students, we had 2 options after receiving the grade. 1, pay no mind to the 3 out of 5, or 2, take the grade seriously, read, study, and do better on the next quiz. However, the best reaction to these quizzes was Claire's song and dance that is not simply a lesson for high school, but life as well. Yes. The second is to live with confidence and conviction. A woman inspired, be humble in your confidence, yet courageous in your character. This woman was Melanie Cloris. However, many of us may not know who she is, but I feel it's safe to presume that you know Oprah. A sentiment that has been a personal motivation for me in my last year was said by this voice of reason. She said, "You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. Take as many chances in life as you see fit." For those who do not know, I ran for student government twice and lost. Part of me questioned why I ran for those offices in the first place, and then I came to the realization that I was just as qualified as those who ran against me. With this new conviction, I was able to help establish the Black Student Union, to run for homecoming court and speak before you today. I believe that if you, my fellow classmates, have unwavering confidence and conviction, you will be able to accomplish the unthinkable, finding a cure for what we believe to be incurable diseases, building flying cars, constructing the eighth wonder of the world, receiving a Nobel Peace Prize, being the first female president of the United States, ridding the world of poverty, and being the most talked about designer in Fashion Week around the world. Finally, find and define your own happiness. It is impossible to meet the standards of others around you, so I would advise you not to waste your precious time trying to fix yourself after every critique. While doing this, I would also advise you to surround yourself with people who will help you succeed. For some, that may sound contradictory or possibly counterintuitive. However, this is a necessary balance. Bernard M. Baruch said it best: be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. Be an individual, but not alone. I personally would define my happiness through my personal accomplishments, the love I have for those who I know have the same love for me, the adventures around the world I have yet to take, and the multitude of avenues I will take to help others. Before I close, on behalf of my class, I would like to thank all of those who have supported us, from our families to the Crossroads faculty and other students. Some say we are defined by the challenges we choose to face. So to my class, I pray that the challenges you choose will lead you to peace, love, and happiness. Thank you. Next, you will hear from my classmate, Colin Mack.
All right, so first, I would like to thank all the speakers that came before me. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, and thank you for letting me go last, or making me go last, depending on how you look at it. But I've only been at Crossroads 2 years, so I hope what I have to share is equally valuable or applicable to you guys. Hi, my name is Colin Mack Krigler. You may know me for my leisurely sunbaths around this area, or maybe my conversational zeal. You may know me superficially based on my test scores or alternative college plans. Regardless, I am one of the magnificent young adults in the Crossroads class of 2017. I can't imagine being more proud of my association with a group of young folks than I do today. Before coming to Crossroads, I was adrift, going from one community to the next, 1 foot always at the door. I never felt completely comfortable with who I was and preferred to do whatever people expected of me, and oftentimes with such vigor that the line defining myself would blur. After coming to Crossroads, stored this in my boot, it's a little faded. I began to encounter a me that I'd never seen before, a me that I could take pride in, a me that was brave, a me that stood up for what I thought was right, for what I thought was needed, and a me that cared enough to feel that need. Yes, I may drift constantly, but that drifting is no longer fueled by apathy. That drifting is fueled by passion, by a desire to make change, by caring for those around me. As it stands now, this change, though, wasn't due singularly to one person or one experience, but from the whole of my past 2 years in this institution. As I began to encounter other young people who cared just as much as I did, who wanted to find themselves just as much, who cared just as much about the world and their futures, I stopped feeling alone. I felt empowered, and I felt the desire to empower those around me. I love this community just as much for its successes, like Michaela bringing BSU to our school, or Zoe working with GSA and sharing that with all of us, for its failings, like the lack of discussion around Elisa's poem about white privilege, or the one-sided discussions we would often have about the presidential election. This class has inspired me with their capacity for hope and their desire to accomplish. I know that each and every person in this class is capable of great things. We will all leave a wide-reaching and long-lasting impact wherever we go and whatever we decide to do. As you look around this stage, you'll see young people who aspire to be everything from scientists to fashion designers, students who are preparing for 8 years of college, or students who would rather bike across the country. The one thing you'll see in all of us is a wonderful human being. Despite our differences, we've spent the last year or years engaged in a community together, a unique and progressive community that I'm glad to have shared. We've shared good and bad times, but in the end, we've made it through. And this is only the beginning of our stories. We are the young people that are going to change the world. Every one of us has an amazing and complex story that's worth sharing, and we can find platforms to share those stories. But we also must remember that to do so, we have to allow the others around us to do the same. I've had friends who have spent weeks with no home to go to, with no family support, with no hope for their futures. I've met my contemporaries days deep in a meth binge or nodding off on a heroin spree. I've seen kids our age with kids tugging at their pant legs as they zone off in their cell phones riding the bus, done with whatever the world has to offer them. And we owe it to them just as much as we owe it to ourselves to use our success for something better, something that we can share with people. Many people can't even imagine the opportunities that we've been offered. And so we have to keep that in mind as we take them. As we enter into a world much larger than the one many of us are used to, we must keep questions on our minds. What is the impact of our choices? Where has our success come from? What's being done in our names, for us? And most importantly, do those things align with what we want? We need to approach our world with passion in our hearts and justice on our minds. When something as small as a smile can change the world, there is no reason not to use every moment and every tool at your disposal to live life in a way that reflects what you desire to see from the world, both for yourself and for those around you. Everyone around us, from the kids on the street to those who grew up in mansions, deserves our respect and acknowledgement. As Plato supposedly said, be kind. Everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Jason is quick to remind us that we are trapped in an inescapable network of mutuality. And because of that, we owe an obligation to that network and everyone that we share it with to be the best people that we can be, to be the most loving, the most caring, the most inspired. Whether we are giving or receiving, talking or listening, this class has so much to offer the world. All we need to do is start. I will not let myself become a cog in a heartless machine, and I hope that you will not either. It's been a pleasure.
All right, this is the moment. Ready?
Mary Faith Groark Blank. Rachel Eve Braver. Carter Stone Breckenridge. Levon Carradine Jr.
Excuse me, sir.
Anne Claire Chappell. Yuchuan Chen. Sarah Denise Clark. Claire Aurelia Corliss. Charles Rufus Daniel IV. Jichang Deng. Homer Schuyler Dula. Amaris Viviana Evans. Abigail Lee Feinstein. Roy Feng. Zoe Sky Fleischer. Margaret Elaine Fox. Grace Berchico Gerby. Milton Green III. Hope Kennedy Gregory. Elena Adelaide Grimm. Zaria Naila Harvey. Jacob Paul Hughes. Rachel Elizabeth John. Colin Robert Mack Krigler. Callista Betcher Martin. Camilla Dion Moore Peoples. Molly Drew O'Sullivan. Michaela Antoinette Parker Knighton. Elise Deshae Price. John William Rainey. Latrice Antoinette Robinson. Victor Meredith McNitt Ruiz. Andrea Sarah Strobick. Adana Rochelle Smith. Violet Kaneen Stock. Kieran O'Brien Omensick. Muning Wong. Jeremy William West. Kafele Karad Jabe Wimbley. Maya Esther Zuckerman. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
So I wonder if I could have said something a little bit more eloquent than "this is the moment." But really, it is the moment. And I don't know if you have sensed the shift from students to graduates and now beyond. So I would love to introduce Blair Daniel from the class of 2012.
Good afternoon. Yeats said, "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire." In your years at Crossroads, you have gathered the kindling and ignited the spark. Now it is your time to allow that spark to grow into a fire, which will light even the most distant of your aspirations. I have the great privilege to belong to one of those 20 or 35 graduating classes who came before you. And now, on their behalf, welcome class of 2017, the newest alumni of Crossroads College Prep. Graduates, please turn your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Faculty, friends, and community, family, thank you all for participating in the 35th graduation of Crossroads College Prep.